Amid the rapidly deteriorating situation on the battlefield, war correspondents continue to record the Ukrainian army's retreat in all key directions of the front, including the Kursk region. Furthermore, on the morning of March 10, news emerged that Russian troops had finally crossed the border into the Dnipropetrovsk region, entering an area where military actions had never previously taken place. It is reported that Russian troops are currently located just a few kilometers from the settlement of Novopavlovka, in the eastern part of the Dnipropetrovsk region. Numerous Russian telegram channels, citing their own sources in the Russian Defense Ministry, confirmed this information. According to them, Russian troops entered the territory of the Dnipropetrovsk region during the fighting in the Donetsk direction of the front, southwest of the city of Pokrovsk. In general, military experts and war correspondents recognize that Russian troops fully own the initiative in this direction of the front, continuing active offensive operations to liberate the entire Donbas completely. Against this backdrop, during today's meeting with the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, General Syrsky, the head of the Kiev regime, Volodymyr Zelensky, demanded that the Ukrainian army continue to hold its positions in the Kursk region for at least the next 14 days. According to this dead man walking, it is essential to keep at least Sudzha under the control of the Ukrainian army at all costs. Zelensky once again stated that this should be done, so that Ukraine could start bidding with Russia in the future negotiation process. However, unfortunately for this political clown, judging by how rapidly events are developing in the Kursk region, the Ukrainian army and NATO forces will soon lose control of Sudzha, and even be forced to retreat to the Sumy region. In the last 48 hours alone, the Russian army has managed to liberate 6 settlements in the Kursk region, and take more than 100 Ukrainian soldiers as prisoners of war. All this indicates that Zelensky's Kursk adventure has failed miserably, claiming the lives of 70,000 Ukrainian soldiers and officers. And, as time has shown, these Ukrainian officers and soldiers gave their lives in vain. Meanwhile, against the backdrop of the upcoming peace talks, the Russian army is not only increasing its control zone in all key directions of the front, but also significantly increasing the number of massive missile strikes on military installations and energy infrastructure facilities in Ukraine. In the last week alone, Russia has launched 7 massive missile strikes against enemy targets across Ukraine. And today was no exception either. So, on the night of March 10, the Russian aerospace forces, together with missile forces, launched another massive missile attack on the military installations of the Ukrainian army and NATO forces. This time, independent monitoring services recorded 50 powerful explosions in Ukrainian regions such as Kharkiv, Sumy, Chernihiv, Dnipropetrovsk, Kiev, Zaporizhia, and Nikolayev. It is well known that during this attack, Russia used not only dozens of cruise and ballistic missiles, but also dozens of guided aerial bombs of the Fab family. So, in the Kharkiv region, on the eastern outskirts of the city of Chugov, Russian missiles hit and destroyed one of the strategic facilities of Ukraine's gas infrastructure. In the Sumy region, Russian guided aerial bombs of the Fab family rained down on almost all border settlements. As it turned out, the Ukrainian command began to pull additional heavy equipment and manpower to these settlements, in connection with the Russian army's breakthrough in the Kursk region. In the Chernihiv region, in the western part of the settlement of Androniki, Fab 500 aerial bombs rained down on a place for temporary deployment of personnel of the Ukrainian army and foreign mercenaries. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, during this attack, 50 Ukrainian soldiers and 20 foreign mercenaries were killed. They were mostly Canadian and Georgian citizens. In the Dnipropetrovsk region, in the northern part of the city of Pavlograd, the Russian military destroyed 3 industrial facilities that worked for the needs of the Ukrainian army. In the Kiev region, in the southern part of the city of Brovary, Russian cruise missiles hit and destroyed a classified NATO weapons depot. It is reported that the Ukrainian Army and NATO forces stored missiles for Western multiple launch rocket systems in this weapons depot. In the Zaporizhia region, in the eastern part of the settlement of Lucerna, Russian missiles hit and destroyed a gas distribution station. The destruction of this gas distribution station has dealt another devastating blow to Ukraine's energy sector. The fact is that this station could convert excess gas into electricity, and was the only one in the territory of Ukraine. It is worth noting that the best Western air defense systems carefully guarded this gas distribution station. However, as time has shown, even such strict security measures did not save this station from complete destruction. And finally, in the NIKOLAYEV region, in the northern part of the Balotnoy settlement, 2 Iskander-M ballistic missiles hit the Hotel Nikolayev. As it turned out, the Ukrainian High Military Command used the building of this hotel to accommodate NATO military instructors, who trained Ukrainian officers. Later, the coordinator of the Russian underground in Ukraine, Sergei Lebedev, reported that 35 enemy officers were killed as a result of this missile attack. According to him, among those killed were Ukrainian pilots, as well as French Air Force officers, who trained these Ukrainians in piloting Mirage 2000 fighter jets. It is reported that this missile attack claimed the lives of 10 NATO military instructors. It is well established that they were all active duty officers in the French Air Force. Simultaneously with this, Russian missiles and kamikaze drones also hit a nearby airfield, located just 5 kilometers from this hotel. It was on this airfield's territory that French Air Force officers trained Ukrainian pilots. Unfortunately, as of March 11, 2025, there is still no exact data on what exactly Russian missiles and kamikaze drones destroyed on this airfield's territory. Most likely, accurate information will appear in the coming days, or even hours.